The Fed has spoken. Rates were held the same. J-Powell came out, made some statements, was pretty neutral. It was on brand. There wasn't really anything too interesting that I was too concerned about. Today's news coming out really interests me though. GDP came out lower than expected. Q4 GDP came in at 2.3% compared to 2.5 expected. So that's showing a weak Q4, which means earnings probably aren't going to be the most amazing thing for a lot of companies. Aside from banks, those have been really great. Initial jobless claims came in lower than expected by almost 10% there. So that means that unemployment is not ticking up. Inflation is kind of falling flat, not really ticking up, not really falling anymore. So the Fed's dual mandate seems to be at this moment met. So they really have no rush to cut. And the market this morning is actually up off of that news, which is very interesting. The last year or so, the market has been very upset about initial jobless claims coming in lower than expected because they want those cuts. Is this showing of a market that is more willing to accept the fact that there may not be nearly as many cuts as they wanted? We'll see. We'll see if this holds true throughout the rest of the day. But you can see that SOXL, the ticker that I brought to you a couple days ago, was actually before the big drop, and during the big drop I was very excited about this thing dropping down so much with this megaphone pattern here coming through. This one I don't need, so this one I also don't need. Go away. There we go. Before this big drop, so I brought it to up here at 32. Now it's at 26 pre-market, and there's nice wicks on the bottom here. It is charging up. It could fill this gap, maybe not today or tomorrow, but I think it could happen soon, especially when you've got companies like AMD up 1% in pre-market, ARM up 1.76%, AVGO, which makes up, I believe it was like more than 10%, I think it was, of the fund, up 6% in pre-market. That's really going to drive it higher. So the fact that Nvidia is down 0.5% this morning doesn't even matter. So Soxel, I'm really watching Soxel, a move just back to where it was before the drop, to where it was before DeepSeek came out, is 22%. Okay, almost 23%. If we're going to go back to where, just getting back to the top of this accumulation pattern down here, just to the top of the accumulation pattern from where it currently is in pre-market, that is 60%. If we're going to go where I think we're going, we're looking at easily a 100% move on SOXL here going forward. So I'm actually very excited about this, and I think I'm going to be buying more. But of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. All right. So basically, I don't want that. Basically, can I get, all right, what is going on? There we go. So Bitcoin miners are actually up today. That's nice. Bitcoin did basically exactly what I said it would do yesterday. If you remember, we were looking at that 2-hour chart, looking at that flat top triangle, that rising flat top triangle, and I said that that could go up to about 105,000. Well, guess where we hit? Guess exactly where we hit. We went right up to 105,460 yesterday. Maybe a little bit higher than that. It might have been 105,500, something like that. We did that basically exactly as anticipated. And you can remember I went in here yesterday and I drew this just like that. And I said that it could come right up into this formation over here. And it did exactly that. That's TA, my friends. That's what I expected to happen. That's what happened. That's dragging up the Bitcoin miners. That's dragging up a lot of other things as well. You can see Sol's up 5% today. That's actually pretty exciting as well. I've got a nice big bag of Sol. If we see this on the 2 hours turn from red to green, I would be expecting Sol to be back up around the all-time highs here again very quickly. Let's see if the 1 day is very green. I think it is green. My internet's going slow, so I'm going to probably wrap this up pretty quick here. So that drop, so far, that drop that we got early in the week, that in fact was, and it appears to have been, a gift. And I'm very, very excited about this, and I'm very happy with basically everything that I decided to do once that drop came in. So anyways, my internet's really not functioning well right now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. First, I'll talk about earnings. We've got MasterCard came in. That's a big indicator of doing well in the market. They beat by 3%, so they didn't do a huge beat, but the fact that they beat is still good. We will be watching Visa coming through this evening. That's going to be another pulse of the market here, but especially for consumer demand. And then Apple comes in this afternoon, the biggest company in the world coming in reporting. Let's see where Apple goes. I honestly think, this is what I think about Apple. I think that it's been kind of going up into earnings. It's been building up into earnings, and if they don't absolutely shine, that is going to come right back down to the bottom of the range. Okay, that's what I think is going to go on with Apple here. I think we came down, we dipped, we got a sell signal, and it is pulling up right now into earnings. And if earnings does not provide just a stellar result, I think that Apple is going to take a dive similar to like Tesla has been for a while. It is up now after earnings. Tesla actually got up after earnings because Elon came out and was sowing a beautiful future of robots and self-driving, and they talked about licensing out self-driving as well, FSD, to other automakers. And I do believe that Tesla is slowly moving towards a software as a service type business where they're going to license out, well, they're going to be a licensing company. Basically, they're going to license out FSD, which is going to be great for them. They're going to license out the charging infrastructure and adapters, and then whatever comes with Optimus. That's and the robo taxis. Like, they're going to be licensing things out. So we did actually flip to a buy signal yesterday on Apple on the daily chart, and we are above the 50-day moving average, and we are detached from it. That's actually very, very bullish. But I'm going to wait for earnings on this one. I'm not interested in Apple until the earnings come in. I really want to see what the earnings are going to do. This looks like it had a flat top triangle in there. If that is true, and we get good earnings, if we get good earnings, Apple could come back up to like 250s or so, pretty easily, pretty quickly. But if earnings are bad, we're coming right back down to the 200. So we do have a buy signal coming in on the daily here. It did come up over the 50-day moving average, but this rise here that has been going on since January 27th has been on lowering volume. So volume's been getting lower while price is going higher. That is divergence, my friends. That is divergence. So I will be watching earnings very closely for Apple here, because I do suspect that there's some shenanigans going on here with this up move right now. All right, anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.